Oh my God, what an absolute fucking calamity, lads and lasses. Oh, sort your frigging lives out, Woodward, Mourinho, everybody at Manchester United. This has been an absolutely piss poor window, hasn't it? Absolutely piss poor. The transfer window's just slammed shut. It's now 5 p.m., the end of transfers now. And the news is that Manchester United have ended up with absolutely nobody. Everton have stolen the show, really. They've signed a couple of players last minute here, including a player, I believe, in Mina that Manchester United were after at one point. So, listen, this has been an absolutely terrible window. I don't care that we got Fred in a while ago. You know, that's a decent signing. It's not a signing that's going to set the world alight at Old Trafford. You know, Dalot, same thing. Maybe a good one for the future. I don't think he's a ready-made player who's going to come in now and improve Manchester United's side, is he? Definitely not. No, so that's not a fantastic signing that really fills the fans with confidence. We wanted a big signing. We wanted a centre-back signing, somebody that would improve the starting 11 right now. We had so much time to maybe put a bid in for Alderweireld right at the start of the window. There was speculation that he would be leaving Spurs. He wasn't necessarily happy at Spurs. Spurs were open to hearing transfer offers for him. But no, absolutely not. Manchester United cannot go and get the business done early. We went in with a cheap offer for Maguire with the way the transfer market is right now. Alisson, 60 odd million. Kepa, 71 million. These are goalkeepers. If United wanted to get a quality player, well, you needed to spend that money. And to be honest, Leicester, they've played it quite smart. They've waited. They've actually signed more defenders just in case there was an offer made by Manchester United which was too good to refuse. And what they've ended up doing is really strengthening their position, because not only have they kept Harry Maguire, they've also got a couple of centre-backs in as well. So they're looking strong. United, on the other hand, have been left with egg on our face because, of course, we didn't get the Harry Maguire deal wrapped up. We've gone in for a late bid, like a panic bid, for Godin, which in my opinion would have been a good signing, even though he's 32, but he's still a ready-made player, a player that Jose Mourinho likes, that type of player, and he could have come in and improved our starting 11, yes. And he's knocked us back. And that's the last-minute deal as well. It's absolutely a complete shambles. It's a complete shambles from United. It's a complete shambles from Woodward. Maybe even Jose. Listen, people will be saying, oh, let's just not blame Jose Mourinho too much. What can he actually do? That's bullshit to a degree. You know, it's his responsibility to make an attractive proposition to play for. Maybe his negative style, the way he talks about his players in public, has maybe put a few people off. Sir Alex Ferguson used to do shitloads in the transfer window. You know, he would be making calls. He would be speaking to players and agents and all that sort of thing. So, you know, Jose's had a mare here as well. It's not just Ed Woodward and the team behind the scenes. Jose's had a bit of a mare here. You know, surely he has got a big enough name and clout and reputation in world football to be able to manoeuvre a couple of good signings for United in the transfer window. But no. Let's just go through some of the transfers that have actually happened and are done deals before the end of the transfer window. I mean, it's an interesting one. I'm happy that they've changed it to this because it does make a lot of sense for teams going forward. But this has stitched us up this summer because of our own incompetency to be able to sign players. Now we've run out of time. The window's over. Have we improved our side enough to be able to close the gap on Man City, to be able to fight off the competition from teams like Liverpool? I don't know if we've done enough. I don't think we have done enough. We've added Fred and Dalot. Big freaking deal, man. It's not enough. Not when you look at the glaring errors that were made by some of our defenders last year. We did not get a defender, which is, of course, what we wanted. We didn't get a left back. Ashley Young's getting older. I think he's still great for this season. Showed that in the World Cup. Luke Shaw, question marks about what he can do for United in the for the next couple of years. Will he be here? Will he have a successful season? It was great before the injury. Let's see what he can do. But there's question marks over it. Could have done with getting one of those in. There was talk about Perisic. You know, we need a quality winger. He showed in the World Cup and has done previously that he is a very good player that could add quality to United's team. Didn't even go for him. Centre mids, there's loads of positions that Manchester United needed to address in this transfer window. We got Fred, might address that position in midfield, probably not though. We've got Jose Mourinho in charge. Look at how we played last season. It was quite negative. We basically got the same set of players. We haven't really improved. We haven't improved our defence. And that was the probably our biggest problem area last year. Now, Jose, he's not the type of manager to play attacking football and utilise the attacking strengths that we've got in the side. So, you know, we needed a defender. We absolutely really did. Everybody who's joining me right now for this live transfer talk deadline day rundown, thanks so much for stopping by. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Chuck a like on this video. I'll try and get around to answering some of your comments very, very soon. But I am going to just run down some of the deals that have happened. So, basically, let me just refresh this page. Actually, wouldn't I look a complete mug if it turns out that we just signed Maguire and Alderweireld? No, window closed, deal's still going through. That's what it says. So maybe there'll just be a late last minute announcement from Manchester United that we managed to get a deal done. But I'm absolutely thinking that is not the case. That's not the case. Fulham have agreed a £30 million deal to sign Marseille midfielder Zambo Anguissa. Right, okay, so Fulham doing some business there. You know, why are teams like Fulham, Everton, West Ham able to do better business, or able to at least do business in the transfer window, yet Manchester United can't? I don't get that. You know, we've got the money. It's not like we've not got the money. We can pay for players. We should have put in a bigger offer for Harry Maguire a few weeks ago. You know, I think we've been a bit tight there. The way the transfer market is, I know it seems crazy to say, 60, 65 million is not a good enough offer for Harry Maguire, who was basically an unknown 2 years ago. Well, you know, the way the transfer market has gone, if you want to improve the side, if you want to get your man in the door, then you've got to pay for it. And we just haven't been prepared to do that, I don't think, in this window. It's absolutely piss poor from the lads. What are we, the new freaking Arsenal or something? Jose's got a lot of pressure on him this transfer window. This season, because of the transfer window. He has got to get Manchester United performing. He's got to take the players that we've got now. He's got to make it work. He's got to not do the bullshit negative stuff that he did last season. Give the fans something to be happy about, but also, you know, like I said, the pressure's on now. He's got to perform. The team's got to perform. He's basically got until Christmas now, because if he doesn't have Manchester United in a favourable position come Christmas time, as in challenging for the Premier League first spot, then he's going to have so much pressure on him. I think we'll see him leave. He's already shown the controversy that surrounds him this summer with some of the stuff that he said about Manchester United's players. Like I say, that could potentially put off players coming in, that sort of stuff. People don't want to play for people who are going to be criticising you openly in public, and he's done that time and time again. It's his style. Fair enough, it may work. You may get reactions out of players, all that sort of stuff. But it's a bit negative, isn't it? What's this? Just in time. Breaking news. West Ham confirmed the signing of Carlos Sanchez from Fiorentina on a 2-year deal. What the fuck, man? West Ham are signing players left, right and centre, making some real good signings. They haven't had an issue bringing players in. It's unbelievable. It really is. So, yeah, West Ham just signed another player. Huddersfield have just signed a player on loan from Montpellier. Oh, I mean, it's an absolute calamity, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, Barcelona announced they reached an agreement with Everton for a transfer of Yerry Mina. So, Everton have signed Yerry Mina, and they've also signed, I think Bernard is a good player, and we've seen in the World Cup. But I think Bernard is a good player, and we've seen in the World Cup. Little call from my girlfriend there. She's having an absolute double day there. Why does she always do this? Cutting off the video. But anyway, it's an absolute calamity from Manchester United this transfer window. It really is. Right, let's get over to your comments. I was just hoping, just on the off chance that maybe there would be a bit of news coming through. You know, like kind of like that Falcao deal happened. Do you remember when that happened? And it was sort of like transfer deadline day. It's over. It's done. Hang on a second. What's that? An hour later, we signed Falcao. That's what happened, and it turned out to be absolutely shite. But on the actual day, it was a real buzz for Manchester United fans, because he was a big name. He was one of the best players in world football at the time, really. Just didn't do it for Manchester United, an absolute mare. But yeah, it's not going to happen, is it, lads and lasses? Right, let's go through some of your comments there. Everybody tuning in right now, thanks so much for getting involved. Let me know your disdain in the comments. Whose fault do you think it is? What do you think we needed to do? Where do you think it's all gone wrong for Manchester United? Please do let me know. Oh, super chat here from Gungshi over in Taiwan. How's it going, Gungshi? Good to see you, mate. He comments and says, "Pig, this is bollocks." Thanks so much for that, Gungshi. Woodward should be tarred and feathered for F's sake. At least Jose got to keep his beloved Fellaini. There you go. I mean, that's basically the business we've done this summer, isn't it? We got Fred Flintstone in. We signed some 18-year-old injured lad. And we kept hold of Bogbrush Fellaini. What a great freaking transfer window. Absolutely unreal, isn't it? I totally agree. I think Woodward's got to take most of the blame, because, of course, he is the man who's supposed to make all of these deals happen. He's just not done it. He's proved in the past that maybe he's not quite capable of getting the big names through the door and getting the deals over the line. He has signed some good players for us in the past. Let's not forget Yaz. You know, we're talking about Zlatan's on free transfers and Falcao last minute. That was a good signing at the time. Didn't turn out to be. But he's got some big players into the club. The problem is this window he hasn't. This window, the board everybody in charge, Jose Mourinho himself, they've all got a lot to answer for because they haven't been able to broker any really good deals for Manchester United. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that Fred just turns out to be the thing that we've been missing, and I hope that Dalot turns out to be this unbelievable wonder kid and just immediately has an impact for United, but I don't think that's really going to happen. I think we needed to address the problems that we know we had, i.e. a centre-back, maybe a left-back, maybe another midfielder, but at least a centre-back, at least improve our defence. All good teams are built on defence, as I keep saying, and it was imperative that Manchester United did that in this transfer window because Young, Smalling, Lindelof, not really quite sure if they're up to it. And we didn't do that. We didn't even get rid of any players. We didn't even sell like Phil Jones for 9 million to West Brom or something. We didn't do any of that. We just, I mean, they are good squad players to have around. This is the time for them to prove it now. They're going to have to because we haven't actually got the replacements in. So they're going to have to show what they can do. I think Bailey's good enough, but Jones, Smalling, they've shown too many inconsistencies. I mean, look at Phil Jones in that third, fourth place playoff in the World Cup. That's classic Phil Jones, that is. He didn't play all tournament long, but he played in that game, third, fourth place players. And what does he do? He has an absolute calamity for their first goal. So he's got too many errors in him. He does. And he's a good player. He's a good versatile player. He's a good squad player. You need your squad players. You need your John O'Shea's and stuff like that. But not good enough to be starting in the big games for Manchester United, I don't think, because he just loses his head too much and he makes too many errors. Same goes for Chris Smalling. Alex Rudd with a super chat. Where do you see all the transfer stuff? Well, I'm actually just on Sky Sports at the moment on their transfer centre. Just a text-based one here. There's nothing. There's literally nothing coming through at all about Manchester United. It's a joke. So yeah, it's been a complete mare of a transfer window. Let me read some of your comments. Christopher McKinnon, pissing my sides, pig. LOL. Well, surely you mean splitting your sides. If you're pissing on your sides, I'd be a little bit concerned. Either that, you were very well endowed. Zinif comments, when you linked with Ronaldo, but get Fred in the end. There you go. I mean, that's basically it. He's a Juventus fan. He's got the Juventus fan. I'm sure you're feeling very smug over there, pal. Fair play to you. You've got one of the best players in the world, the best player in the world. Congrats. We would have loved him. We didn't get him because basically we've got Woodward in charge, Woodward, who would not be able to bring a transfer in if his freaking life depended on it. He's let us down. He really has. He's let us down. The Truth comments and says nobody wants to play for us. Our style is not attractive enough to attract top players. Facts. Well, I mean, you may have hit the nail on the head there. Like I was saying earlier on in this video, having a bit of a run at Jose, it is his responsibility to make it an attractive proposition to play for Manchester United. That means, attracting players to come to the club, not only in the manner in which he deals with them and talks with them and represents himself in the public domain, but also how he plays, how the team plays, what sort of tactics he's going to put out there and have the team play. Paul Pogba is one of these attacking talents that just seems shackled at Manchester United, as do other players. Could players look at that and go, do you know what? I don't think I really want to go there and have to play in this negative style. But I think you're absolutely bang on there, mate. It does make a difference, even if it's only a small difference. The style of play definitely makes a difference in whether or not a player wants to come and play that in that team. So yeah, totally agree with you there, mate. He's making some good points there. Anita Handjab comments, are you Jose out yet? I'm not Jose out yet. I still think he's one of the best managers in world football. He's one of the most negative best managers in world football. You look at the other good managers in the league. Jurgen Klopp, attack. Pep Guardiola, possession, attack. Always creating, always trying to work chances, and they're always very effective, and they're both attacking teams. We've got one of the best managers in world football as well. Look at his trophy cabinet. It doesn't lie. He's so experienced. He's won absolutely everything there is to win pretty much. And a lot of them as well. So you can't really deny his winning attitude. Look at the first season we had him in charge. He's won the Mickey Mouse treble for us. That was an unbelievable return for his first season in charge in a transitional season. He won us lots of stuff. The style may be negative and it may be too defensive at times and it may not play to the strengths of our attacking talents we've got on the side. But you can't deny that it is effective in picking up points and winning games, whether it be ugly or not. So Jose, I'm not Jose out yet because I still think that he can mount a challenge for the Premier League title this season. We've got to close the gap on Man City. I don't see Man City doing the same as they did last year. That was just an unbelievable record-breaking freak season, really. They deserved it. They were unbelievable. But I don't see them finish on the same points as they did this season. It's about United being able to close the gap and actually make a fist at catching City up, which at the moment with the transfer market, or the movements in the transfer market that Manchester United have done this window, it's looking ever increasingly unlikely that that's going to happen because City are so strong. Other teams have improved. Liverpool have improved, absolutely. Manchester United have been too slow on the uptake to actually make something happen in this window. We got Fred Flintstone, yabba dabba doo. Who gives a fuck? It's not good enough. He could be great, hopefully he is, but we needed to sign a top quality centre back. By the way, I'm ripping that off somebody's comment who said that earlier. Alex Rudd it was. I forgot to read a comment out. I liked it. Fred Flintstone, yabba dabba doo, he says. Absolute legend. But no, to answer your question, Anita, I'm not Jose out at the moment, but I will be if he's basically not got United performing come Christmas time or even the start of the season, because it's all about how he actually gets the team performing now. The transfer window was a calamity. It's on him. The pressure's on him now to get us playing well because he bears a bit of responsibility for how shite we've been in the transfer window. So he has to bear all the responsibility of getting United playing 100% and getting us playing better, attractive, more effective football, not slipping up against teams we shouldn't be slipping up against and challenging those twats over the road City. If he can do that, then it doesn't really matter about this transfer window. It's all about how he gets the team performing. Can he do that? I bloody well hope so. Do I think he's going to get us challenging for the title? I'm not so convinced. I mean, he's done it last year very, very underwhelmingly, very lacklusterly, but we still managed to finish second. We still managed to get decent points all. It was just that City was so much better. But it's on him now to close the gap and on him now to actually get United playing well. And if he doesn't do that by Christmas time, if we're languishing in third or something like that, I'm going to have lost faith in him. I am. Especially if the style of football and the way in which we're going about is as negative as it was last year. I like Jose Mourinho, but just this last summer, he started to piss me off, that Portuguese Mr. Bean knob. Because some of the stuff that he's coming out with in public is like, do you really have to air your dirty laundry in public? Do you really have to do that? This is why I think maybe players don't want to play for him, because he's criticising them openly in the public. We've seen it time and time again last season, but this summer he's done it. He's very vocal with some of his opinions, and maybe he shouldn't be, because most of them are just freaking outlandish anyway. Maymaker, did we have a transfer ban? Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like the financial fair play kicked in or something after the Fred deal, and United couldn't sign anybody. I mean, we have actually absolutely had our pants pulled down in this transfer window. Think about it. We had the opportunity to go in for Alderweireld early. For some reason, we didn't. We should have done, but we didn't. Spurs even basically said they're open and listening to offers. We might have had to pay a lot of money, which is something maybe United don't want to do right now for some reason, even though we have done every other season for the last few years. And that slipped us by. Then Harry Maguire has an unbelievable World Cup. We could have put a bid in before the World Cup. We had that much faith in him. Are we really basing his performances, for United as a potential signing on 6 games in the World Cup against shitty teams that we should be beating? And when we come up against a good team, we lose. That's England. We had an unbelievable run to the semi-finals. It was a great World Cup for us, don't get me wrong. But really, are we basing it on how he did against Panama and shit like that? No, if we wanted him, we should have signed him earlier on. And if we couldn't get him earlier on, then we should have gone for Godin or somebody, but not on the last day of the transfer window, 2 hours before, just to be knocked back. I mean, it really is just an absolute shambles from the top down. Manchester United, Jose Mourinho, take a look in the mirror at that Portuguese mug staring back at you. Woodward, take a look in that freaking goblin-esque mirror and tell yourself that you need to sort your life out. Right, Carmichael, we needed a left back and a right wing badly. This is what I'm talking about. We could have done something. Start of the window. Why wait around until the end of the window anyway? We could have maybe gone for a bid for, Danny Rose or somebody like that. Trippier, just, who knows, just somebody, another wing back type player. We could have done that to address the issues that we've got there. We've got rid of Daley Blind, a versatile player. And then we've got Luke Shaw, who there's lots of question marks about. Jose doesn't seem to like him very much, but maybe this is his time to give him the opportunities to shine for us. Like I say, he did well before the injury, but since then he's not really had much of a look, and he's not had a consistent run in the team or really set the world alight at United. So I don't know if Luke Shaw's got the minerals to be able to do it for us at the top level consistently week in, week out. Ashley Young, I believe, can, but he's aging. Is he going to be able to play all those games and play that sort of flying wing-back role? I don't know if he's going to, and if you get an injury somewhere through the season, then you're up shit creek without a paddle. So we've had a nightmare here. There's 4 positions that we should have strengthened. Right wing, you say, we could have got Perisic. Perisic had a good World Cup. We've been linked with him for a couple of seasons. We've seen how good he is over in Italy. Why would you not put a cheeky little bid in for Perisic? He would improve the side. He would. Just gives you more options. You can say we've got good players in those positions. Anthony Martial, Jose Mourinho, Anthony Martial. What's going on here? You know, there's a lot of controversy, a lot of public bullshit going on between these two, and it doesn't. It's not good, is it? It doesn't sit well for United because we need our team chemistry there. We need the players playing for the manager. We don't need all this turmoil with United. Gangshi with another comment. That's a good point. How many players have been put off by Jose? Yeah, this is it. I mean, some people would probably relish the opportunity of pulling on that red shirt and playing for Manchester United. But when you've got somebody who is quite negative in the style that they play and also quite public in the criticism of his own players at times, you know, I mean, maybe it would just put you off. Maybe if you're a top level player, you just go, I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit. I'd rather just go play at another club and, you know, just chill out a little bit. Right. Alex Rudd comments with a super chat. Thank you very much, Alex. Arsenal actually did some business early this year. Yes, they did. Not some pretty decent business as well. Who did you get? Was it Liechtensteiner? You know, he's aging but very experienced. Leno, goalkeeper, improved the goalkeeper position potentially. I mean, I've not seen much of him, but what I have seen from Leno is that he is a good, solid goalkeeper in the past over in the Bundesliga. So, yes, I think Arsenal have actually done some decent business. New manager in, players gone. Obviously, Wilshere went to West Ham. There's been a lot of movement for Arsenal with this transfer window, so it's almost like what can they actually do this season? It remains to be seen. It's a big change for them. Wenger going, a huge change. I mean, we've seen it with Manchester United when Moisey came in. I mean, maybe it was just down to Moyes being an absolute goblin, but we've seen what a negative impact it can have. But it can also have a hugely positive impact. So Arsenal, who knows how they're going to play? They're going to be playing with potentially a new style of play completely, new players, a new unit. It just seems like there's a potential for Arsenal this season. Maybe they could go on and surprise a few people. Probably not, but maybe they could go on and actually surprise a few people. Paul McEwen comments, where you reckon we finish, 4th or 5th? I mean, I still think we are actually going to finish 2nd because I think Jose is a master at winning games ugly. And we might have to win games ugly. Last season, we didn't set the world alight. It was quite pathetic at times, the negative way we went about playing against teams that don't have the quality we have when we should be attacking them and getting at them and just going, you know, playing against like West Brom and shit at home and playing all negatively. It's not good. It's not good for the side, and you know, but it can be effective. We did pick up enough points to finish 2nd last year, and I think we'll do the same this year. Liverpool have strengthened. That is the big worry. Can Klopp get them to the point where that they can consistently win games and keep out teams from scoring? Because that's been their problem. The problem hasn't been scoring goals. They did that emphatically last year. Best team going forward, no doubt about it, ripping teams apart. But defensively is where their frailties lie. They got Virgil van Dijk in, they've improved the goalkeeper position, they've got good young wing backs coming through. I think Liverpool's defence is improved markedly from last season. So if they can stop teams scoring goals against them while still maintaining the level that which they, you know, that they score, their strike rate and everything, they're going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. But I still think United should perhaps be more consistent without ever being anywhere near as emphatic as Liverpool next year. So there we are. Michael Stain comments and says Liverpool wins it all. Well, with a name like that, Michael, I can see why you would make that comment. That's a stain on this comment section, quite frankly. No, thank you very much for your comment section there. Obviously pretty optimistic about that, aren't you, mate? Carmichael, 3rd year and we still look lost. Yeah, I mean, Jose's going to have to start getting the side really challenging for the title. We'll know within a few weeks, really, of the season starting, whether or not it's going to go for us this season and whether or not Jose may finish the season as Manchester United manager. I mean, if you're a betting man, maybe put a cheeky bid on that Jose don't make it to Christmas because it all hinges on how we start the season. If we win our first 5 games, it will all be forgotten about this window. If we don't, then it won't. And, you know, we've got Leicester tomorrow. That's a huge game. Bear in mind that we were trying to sign Harry Maguire from us and he's committed his future to Leicester, basically. And, you know, he's staying at Leicester. They've kept hold of him. They've also brought in some other centre-backs. Psychologically, that's a bit of a kick in the bollocks, isn't it? Because we've got to play them tomorrow and we know what a good player he is. I just hope that we absolutely tear that mug apart. Don't want to play for us, mate? Well, screw you then. But maybe he just didn't want to play for Jose. That's the thing. But then again, Leicester, pretty reluctant to sell him. We didn't put the transfer bid in necessary to tempt them, because that's the thing. Every player has a value. Every player has a price, and they can say all they want. Oh, he's not for sale. We want to keep Harry Maguire. But if Manchester United came with a £120 bid plus Phil Jones or something, they're going to accept it. So the responsibility lies with United's team, the team behind the scenes, for not actually getting the deal done and not even getting it down to the stage where negotiations with the player are actually taking place. It's a fucking calamity all round. Sorry about my language, lads and lasses, but it's unbelievable. Danny Ings apparently could still move to Southampton. Nobody gives a shit about that. Fulham have confirmed the signing of goalkeeper Sergio Rico from Sevilla on a season-long loan. Phil Thompson of Liverpool says Liverpool have had a fantastic window after the signing the likes of Naby Keita, Fabinho and Alisson. Liverpool haven't been frightened to spend money this window. Liverpool haven't been frightened to go get their business done early. Liverpool haven't been frightened to really take a look at their team and try and improve it with big name signings. No, they haven't, have they? Sort your freaking lives out, United board. Honestly, it's not good enough. It really isn't. Anyway, so let's go back through some more of your comments then. Cam El To comments and says, prediction for the Leicester game. Listen, I've got to predict that we're going to go out there and we're going to batter them. We've not had a good pre-season. It's been a calamity. With the transfer window slam shut now, that's been a calamity. We don't look that much better. Really, the build-up to this season has been one of the worst I can remember. It really has. Moisey Fellaini days. That's what it's like. And, just because the pre-season being so lackluster, drawing against shitty freaking MLS teams and losing a lot of the games in pre-season and not looking that great, really. Jose Mourinho, bit of controversy in the media. It's not been very good, has it, in the build-up? And I just think there's so many question marks hanging over United now. Do the players feel confident with the manager? Does the manager feel confident with the set of players he's got? It's like us going in last minute trying to sign these centre-backs and failing only really would belittle the confidence that these centre-backs that we already have in the team, the manager. Phil Jones, Smalling, they're good professionals. They'll carry on, I know. But surely they would have been a bit like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on here? They probably won't be too happy right now. We've got a game tomorrow against Leicester, so, it's crazy. Mika Vasquez comments, chill, bro. I cannot chill because I just wanted United to surprise me this transfer window and really make a go at it. We could have done. We've got the money. It's not that we can't go in and attract these players. We are a huge club and we can pay these players very well, but we just needed to actually have the confidence in the manager and do that. We've not really shown it, and I think the board really need to take a lot of the blame for not being able to do it. So yeah, I can't chill. Paul Lucas, the message is loud and clear. The board are not backing Jose and don't care about winning the league. Well, I mean, this is the first window really that I've been quite disappointed with the Glazers because we've not been prepared to back Jose, like you say. It does seem that way. Maybe he's just had a mare over the summer coming out of all sorts of stuff and he has pissed a few people off and rubbed some people up the wrong way at United, I'm sure. But we should be backing him. We should be giving him the money. He's a manager that has always done well by signing big players, getting big ready-made products into the club, whatever club he's managing, and getting the best out of them. Ready-made professionals. He does that fantastic well, but in order to get ready-made professionals at the top level, you've got to pay a shitload of money for them. And we haven't done that, as you say, not at all. Gungshi comments, Perisic would have been a great addition. I couldn't agree more with you, mate. Why didn't we go for him? There was so much speculation about us going for him. We never did. Why haven't we gone for him in this transfer window? He would have given us definitely more. And he showed in the World Cup what a good player he is. So, yeah, Carmichael agrees. He said Perisic would have been perfect on so many levels. Why didn't we do it? Canton R7 comments, to me, mate, we need wingers, not defenders. No width, it's just fucking boring, no chances created. Again, echoing the sentiments that maybe Perisic or somebody like that would have been better. I think a lot of that goes down to Jose. I do. I think he is too negative. We're not direct enough at times. We don't really have, at least we don't play to the strength of the players we've got. We've got flying wingers who can beat a defender, the likes of Martial and Rashford and stuff like that, but we don't really utilise them. So I think he's got to take a lot of the blame. MUFC NR7 legend best comments, Woodward out. A lot of people will be saying that right now because he has had an absolute double daymare this transfer window. Sort your freaking life out, Ed, seriously. Gungshi, any contact with the hen? Yes, mate, I spoke to the hen the other day. He's just so busy over there getting stuff set up, but hopefully he's going to be coming on once a week for a Pig in the Hen show via satellite link. So keep a lookout for that, mate. He's not dead. He's not in a ditch. To give you an update, he's just super busy over there in China. Alex Rudd, I'm excited for an Arsenal season for the first time in a long time. Take your positivity elsewhere, Alex. We don't want to hear it from a Gouda right now. Okay? Still, I wouldn't be too excited about it because there's so much transition going on at Arsenal this season. Although there's a lot of potential, it could also go pretty bad for you. So I hope that happens. Branulus comments, Mourinho will be gone by Christmas. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't get the best out of Manchester United between now and then, if he doesn't have us in a real good position come Christmas, if he doesn't have us challenging City, playing nice football, then yeah, I think you might be right. I think he just might be gone by Christmas. Let's see what happens though. Darren Young comments, the Ginger Goblin, the Dutch Goblin, and the Special Goblin. United managers since Fergie. Yeah, they're all goblins, aren't they? Gungshi, we've actually got a decent team. It's mostly the style of play that bothers me. Yeah, I mean, Jose Mourinho's not really known for his attacking talents. There has been, in terms of managing, there has been times in the past when his teams have played very nice attacking football, when he was manager of Real Madrid, and even coming back at Chelsea that season, they scored a ridiculous amount of goals and were very good at going forward. But most of the time, he's known for being a counter-attacking tactician and being very, very defensive. So, yeah, he's not known for it, and he's got to change that, I think, because we have actually got really good attacking players at the club, and if we just got them playing the right way and got Lukaku the service and got the wingers flying, then I think we could be really, really good going forward. All right, anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up, but thank you to everybody who's tuned in and got commented and interacted with me on this live stream. Thanks so much for getting involved. Do us a favour, chuck us a like on it. If you're new around here, subscribe to Gungshi, who super chatted a really big amount of time with these dollars. Thank you very much, as always, mate. Really appreciate the support on the channel. And everybody else, Alex Rudd, Rincon, Carmichael, all the usuals. If I've not mentioned you, you know I love you. Thanks so much for getting involved. But yes, United have absolutely had a calamity this transfer window. As a conclusion, it's absolutely gash-tastic. It is David Moyes-esque. It really is. Mourinho, take a look at yourself in the mirror, you Portuguese Mr. Bean. Woodward, look at yourself in the mirror, you Goblin. Sort your lives out. You've got a lot to answer for. You've let us down. You've let us fans down because we haven't strengthened. We had to close the gap on City. We knew we had to sign a defender. We've been wanting to sign a defender for years. Why haven't we signed a top-quality defender? No, as it goes, we're trying to sign that freaking twat Godin last minute and being knocked back, when we could have had a popper out of Heraldo or Maguire early on if we actually put some bollocks behind the bed. But no, we've been let down. So I think we're going to struggle this season. Just to clarify, I still think that maybe we can challenge for like second spot or something. But do I think we're going to dethrone City the way that they've played the last season and the way that the team that they've got? I don't think we're going to dethrone them. Do I think that we can fight off Liverpool with the signings that they've made and the style of play and the way that they rip teams apart? And they showed that last season, and the fact that they've improved themselves defensively and improved themselves in general. Am I confident in saying that we'll finish above them? For the first time in a long time, I'm not confident, and that just goes to show you what an absolute mare the board have had. Because I haven't thought that way for a very long time, that Liverpool could finish above us. It's always like, Liverpool, they're absolutely gash-tastic. They're going to concede shitloads of goals. They're just too ropey at the back. They don't have the players there, but now they do, it seems. Anyway, thanks so much for getting involved. This is The Pig on Flying Pig United. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Sort your freaking lives out, Man United board. It's an absolute shambles.